I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say.
Hey everyone, it's Jeff. We're back out here on the 69 Mustang, and today I decided, since I've been kind of doing a little bit of body work and stuff like that, and it's just really not been motivating me. I've just not felt like doing it half the time, so I'm going to start doing some other things that I need to do, starting with some frame stiffening. I've had these for a while now and just haven't put them on. So I just cut them apart. There's two of them, and it's going to attach our frame rails to each other. So it's a very common thing with these Mustangs, with them being a unibody. The frame rails, there's front and rear frame rails, and this connects them. So these I got off of eBay. They're really nice. About to start fitting them and make sure I have kind of clean up the frame rail where it's going to be welded on. These are weld on. So I'm just trying to look at them, thinking to myself, well, do I want to drill some holes in here? That way I have a weld on the bottom too, or what I need to do there. So, but we're about to fit these. Got to get the car jacked up, and I'm going to put my wheel chocks underneath. Well, not wheel chocks, but wheel cradles underneath the rear wheel so I can get room and go from there. So let's get to it. I'll see what I can do. I don't know how well this is going to film. Obviously, it's not that in depth. It's really just fitting, cleaning, and welding. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So as you can see, I'm under here looking and test fitting these subframe connectors, and it's not fitting quite the way I want to right here because of these. So I'll show you over here. Because of this angle bracket, so I'm going to have to cut this square. Cut it square, and then we'll have to clean up all around here on each side. But that'll allow this to fit. But man, look at these connectors. Look how tight that is against those floors. And back here, it fits pretty nice too. So there's a little bit of a gap right there. And I'm just not sure. Maybe I need to check. Maybe I need to push it a little bit further, but it's pretty tight up against here. A little bit of a gap that might fix some of that. But man, I really like that. And this floor is the original floor, so I might end up pushing this up some more once I get this flush. But man, that's really tight and real neat. I love how it connects. But we're gonna have to mark everything, wire wheel these areas, and get it nice and clean for welding. So I had to order some weld through primer. I like to coat everything on the inside and outside before I weld, just to have some kind of rust resistance. I don't want things rusting that's overlapped, so I'll be working on that too. Lots of cleaning under here though, but man, I love how this thing fits. All right, so we got that chopped pretty good, cut it smooth. Now on this side you can see it's fitting a lot better. It is not quite flush against the bottom, simply because this is hitting the floor right here at the ridge. I just need to pound that up a little bit. That's not a big deal, but it's fitting really nicely. So I'm pretty happy with that. I just gotta start cleaning this stuff now, get it all prepped for welding. So what we're about to do. All right, we got the metal cleaned up. We gotta get some work done. I didn't get as much done in the back. I'm out of flap disc for my die grinder, so I didn't really get as well. So I need to clean that up some more, but pretty much probably gonna be all for the day, simply because I've got to wait on a bunch of stuff. I got to get some, like I said, some more flap discs. I got to get my weld through primer and everything like that before I can weld anything. So, but hey, it's slowly but surely. Now I'm going to have to take the wheels off to get on this inside area. I got a little bit done there, but it's just too tight of an area with the wheel on to kind of get up in here and, you know, get some of this paint off of here and so on. So, so I'm gonna have to jack it up a little bit more, put the get my jack stands under it, and go from there. So, all right, later. Hey everybody, back out here, about to get back to work under the car and working on these subframe connectors. So basically what I gotta do, I do a little more cleaning. I gotta get some weld through primer on them, and I gotta weld them in. So that's what I'm about to try to do. So let's get to it. All right, we got everything cleaned up. I got things coated with weld through primer, or self-etching weld through primer. So I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit, and we're gonna start welding these guys in place. So fun times. All right, between a jack and a jack stand that I've wedged in here. So I got this in there as tight as I can be. So I'm gonna weld the back first. Well, tack it at least. And that way I can remove everything, but I used the jack to get everything flush on this end to make sure we were tight on the bottom and on the back. So that way I use that to wedge that back part in and get it flush too. So now we're just got it stuck where we want it to be, so I can weld it in. So let's get to welding. Well. Look at here. I ran out of welding wire. Imagine that. I could have swore I had a whole new roll, but I don't. But we did get one of these welded in, not fully. We'll go over here and see my bad work. Got a nice little bit done here. Did some really not so great welding right there. Did some pretty decent welding on this side, but we don't have the back welded in. I for whatever reason did a really bad job on this side. I was welding and then I realized I didn't have my gas on. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it's because I forgot to turn the gas on for some odd reason. So I did fix that and, you know, weld in some more, but obviously I made a mess because I didn't have my welding gas on, which means I need to really focus on the other side and the ends to make sure I get a good solid weld in. I got more done right there, but the inside has very little weld on it because I ran out of the welding wire. Yet again, we've got this one welded in place at least. I did a good job welding up there, even though it's kind of all over the place. But yeah, just trying to work under a car, it can be a pain in the ass, and sometimes I get a little crazy. But we've got it in place, so at least we can take the jack stand off and take this jack out. But I gotta go order some more wire and try to get it here tomorrow, because I'd like to finish this up this weekend so I can put a video out. So, alright, later. Hey, we're back out here, about to finish up some welding. I got all my new welding wire. Fingers crossed we don't run out of welding gas, because that's usually how it goes for me. Always in the middle of something and something's gonna happen. So, but yep, that's it. About to get back to work on the subframe connectors and get them welded back in and go from there. All right, we've got them all welded in now. So both of our subframe connectors are fully welded in, and now we can move on to the rear end, and I will start working on pulling these axles so we can put the 350 posi in here. So yeah. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning into this week's episode. We got the subframe connectors in, and that's about as far as we got. I did lose a lot of footage, unfortunately, with welding in these subframe connectors the rest of the way, but they are in. They are fully welded and completely. I need to clean them a little bit and paint them up. And I did start to work on the third member, but just had some things happen and just wasn't going to be able to fit it in this video. So that's what's going on there. But yeah, as always, we'll work on that in the next video. And thank you so much for watching. Please spread the word, tell your friends, like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you next week. Peace.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play